I just wanted to hop on here. I've been listening to this song all day. Feeling blessed, never stressed. And I wanted to remind you that we have the opportunity to choose how we feel. We have the opportunity every single day to wake up and choose how we feel, despite any outside circumstances. And a big part of choosing how you feel is choosing what you're taking in. So like we hear a lot about diets and we're so health conscious about working out and eating healthy. But your diet consists of everything you're consuming. That includes what you're watching, what you're listening to, what you're reading. And that means your music, that means what type of shows you're watching. Are you watching the news all day, every day? Are you using social media in a way that is actually supportive to your soul and to your mental and physical and spiritual well-being? Because like for me, I unfollow anybody who I feel like is negative and bringing me down, and I follow a ton of spiritual warriors. And so when I'm looking through Instagram, I feel like I'm learning like every time, and I'm inspired, and I'm like rejuvenated because I'm using it in a way that is supportive to me. And we can really be this accountable for everything that we do, even our music and stuff. Like, this is coming from me, who I am an artist, okay? I have a love for like moody, dark stuff. I always have. So I love music that makes you feel something, even if that feeling is dark. And so I love Julia Michaels. I love Eminem. I love NF. I love a lot of those newer artists, but I love a lot of old artists too. Like I love Nirvana. I love all those ones like really moody. And but you know what? Lately, the more that I get one with God and one with myself, Spirit's been telling me to be a lot more conscious about the music I'm listening to. Because I love to just be alone. Like I quarantine myself all the time when I don't have my kids, especially. I just stay home by myself. I meditate, I work on my projects, and I love that space. Like, I love solitude, honestly. But I'll listen to music quite a bit. And so, if I'm constantly listening to dark, moody music that obsesses over every bad relationship you've been through and how nobody understands you and how you're alone, that's still reinstilling or rehashing old traumas that I have been actively working on releasing. So if I'm constantly taking in information that reinstills the fact that everybody hurts you, that relationships always fail, that there's no such thing as a good guy in the world, that all families are hard and like you're always misunderstood, that doesn't support the new self that I am, that is supported, loved, cherished, where I love and accept myself completely as I am, and that I have inner peace. Basically, is the core of it, is that I have inner peace. And I started listening to that guidance, because not always, like there's still gonna be days where I want to like jam to some Julia Michaels or whatever, but like, is it it's like a treat, right? Like it's saying when you're taking your health seriously, you can eat healthy, but then every once in a while you're still gonna want a treat, right? You're still gonna want a brownie every once in a while. So it's not like saying, oh, you'll never have that, but it's more like, what is the main source that you are intaking? And, take accountability for that and recognize how much it really does affect your well-being. And so I started I listen to so much music that is like Trevor Hall, Lauren, I think I'm gonna say her name wrong, Daigle, Lauren Daigle. You know who I'm talking about? She's so amazing. And there's a lot of other spiritual music that is like that it's like amazing music. Like you're not just sitting there listening to church hymns. You can listen to church hymns too, don't get me wrong. I love all music. But there's also like fun, upbeat music that is conscious. And so it's like you're singing along in tension because your voice commands the universe, that your universe, right? Your voice commands your universe. So if you're singing along to things all the time that are reinstilling negative beliefs, it's gonna have a negative effect on your ascension and your growth and your progress. But if you're singing along to stuff that has positive affirmations and depth and truth and light, it's like that assists in your ascension. Like, isn't that cool? And same with like books and movies and all that kind of stuff. Again, I love like all the stuff that I really like to watch is like moody for some reason. Like I love like dark, mysterious, weird like series that are far-fetched and like mystical and stuff. And I've just been really focusing on like, what is the feeling that I have when I'm watching it? Is it bringing in light, or is it activating, or not activating, but is it like inviting lower energy? And so anyway, being conscious of that is really, really big. Because if you think about war in the world, all of the war in the world that is still happening, it all begins with war with ourselves. If every single person created and cultivated inner peace and inner love and remembered that they are one with God, there would be no such thing as war. But because people are at war with themselves, they project that into their outer world and create war with others. And that is the whole goal, you know, and bringing heaven to earth, all of these things that are going on right now, all this end of times feelings, and you know, there's lots of different theories on the second coming, or you know, heaven being brought to earth, the fifth dimension, all of these different words for the same thing, basically, that we can feel a shift is happening. We can feel that. Everybody can feel that. You might not know what it is, but you can feel that something's happening, something's taking place. But basically, to be able to find inner peace and truth and light, you have to bring everything to the light. All of the shadows have to be drug out of the dark and brought into the light. And so that's what's happening for humanity right now. The collective, the people who aren't aware of this work, aren't aware of themselves, their shadows are still being drug up, because we all go together, we all ascend together, we all rise together. And so how beautiful is that first of all, we're in this together. Like, yay, we have each other, we have each other's backs, we're in this together, we love each other. And the more that we do this work, though, the more that we allow ourselves to shine light under those shadows and merge our shadow aspects with our highest self and potential, then it will naturally happen. Like, there will be naturally less war, naturally less fighting, naturally less violence, naturally less hatred, because there's no need for it anymore, because we are at peace with ourselves. And when you're at peace with yourself, you're at peace with everything else. And you start recognizing that every single person is your brother and your sister and you. It's like an aspect of yourself, because we're all one. And when you start to really feel that, you have no need to hurt somebody else, because you recognize that they're you, and you'd be hurting yourself, because we are all one. We are all one. I got a really clear vision probably about 2 years ago. And it was, if you imagined like the highest, like the creator of all that is, as a being, okay? And that each one of the fingers, so the creator of all that is wanted to have an earthly experience and have, you know, all these different, so wanted to have all these different experiences. So it was like the creator experiencing itself through us, okay? So if you imagine the creator being a giant being, and each one of us being a finger on the hands of God, okay? Yes, we are separate. Yes, there is individuality. Each finger looks a little different. It's going to have a different experience, a different purpose. But yet we are all connected, and we are all one with God, right? And if you see it that way, and you allow yourself to feel that, just feel that in your soul, that analogy, that how could we ever believe that we're alone? So much of our suffering comes from the belief that we're alone and that we're forgotten. But if we are all a part of the same body, the celestial body of God, you know, the creator of all that is, source, the universe, if we are all literally part of the same body, just experiencing life through different perspectives, we know that we are always loved and cared for. There's no need for any other no need for anything that does not support that love and that joy and that peace. Pretty cool, huh?